Hey, Harbors and Highways, we've got a special episode for you today.
That is right. We got to hang out with our friends Matt and Charlotte all the way over in the UK via Zoom. They have a new podcast called Who's Got the Rings. They let us post the whole episode up on our YouTube channel, which is really exciting. We got to talk about all things of how me and Kelly met all the way up until our wedding day and compare the differences between a UK and a US wedding.
He also is a huge country music fan. He has a country music media outlet called Clewes Country. There's cowboys in the UK as well, guys.
So make sure you go check out that outlet as well, and we will tag all their socials below in the description. But I hope you enjoyed this episode of Harbors and Highways. We love you.
Hello, welcome to Who's Got the Rings. Matt here.
And Charlotte.
Yes, we are, and we're on a Zoom call. For those who can see this, you'll probably just be able to see us for the moment. But we teased on last week's, was it last week's episode? Was it last week? Yeah. The last episode that we were going to get a guest on this show, or two guests on this show. And let's just give you some backstory. So, in another life, well, not in another life,
In this life.
but in this life, I do a country music radio show. Anyone listening who doesn't know this. And a few years ago, I had a guest on who called Halle Kearns, who was on my show for the first time, but I don't know when it was, like 2021 or something. Anyway, fast forward to 2024. Is it yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
2024. Halle came over and played C to C. And within that last year of 2023 to 2024, Halle got married to Kelly. And we all caught up at C to C, and we're at one point we were all just chatting about Netflix TV shows and nothing related to C to C or anything country music at all. But anyway, the four of us are here now to talk about weddings, new music, because you guys have just released a single. So please welcome to the show, Halle Kearns and Kelly Robertson.
Yay! What's up, guys?
That was really a long-winded way of saying, yeah,
That
we've
was
known each other
great.
for a few years, now you're married, and here we are.
It's good to have
Uh,
that.
I love wind.
I love it. How are you all?
Oh, we're doing great. It's been a crazy 1 year of marriage, but amazing. It's
Yeah.
been so fun, just very untraditional, I would say.
Super.
Yeah.
Yeah. From our house
Yeah.
to our schedule.
Yes, but literally everything in between.
I love it.
Well, congratulations on making it to 1 year. How did
Thank
you
you.
how did you celebrate?
We went to the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, and got a little cabin in the woods. It's like a tree house kind of
There's a
thing.
whole backstory.
There's a big old backstory, but
Go on.
we
Love
ended
the
up.
So
Go.
I'll make it quick. So I booked this, it was like a treehouse kind of thing. I just saw the pictures on Airbnb and I was like, done. And we got there and it looked like it looked in the pictures, but the bathroom was an outhouse across the driveway with no running water. It was like a real outhouse. And then the shower was about a quarter of a mile down the road,
Community shower.
community shower. And so the room looked great, but the amenities were a stretch.
Lacking. We were also in, when I say the middle of nowhere, Kentucky, we didn't have service for the last like 20 minutes of our drive. Completely like no Wi-Fi. They're like, get out here and unplug. Mind you, it is release weekend of our newest single
Yeah.
when this is happening. So I was like, this is awesome. We're gonna have to drive back into town though and like get some
Totally.
service in case we get any emails we need to answer or anything. But it was great. I think we needed some of that forced unplugged just to actually get some time to hang out and not be distracted.
Totally.
Nice. How romantic then. And you timed that well then with the, I'm guessing that all worked out well with the single being released that same day, right? Was that always planned?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it was intentional.
No, I
No.
mean, I did realize, I don't know, before the song came out at some point, I was like, oh, this is going to be our anniversary weekend. That's so sweet. And then I didn't think about the anniversary trip and the release weekend overlapping, but I was like, this is great. Just not, again, thinking that we would have no cell service whatsoever. But it was so great. It ended up being perfect.
Totally.
Whose idea was it to do a joint single? And how did that
Actually,
come about?
my manager's idea.
Hmm.
I had the song written and I thought it would be a really, really great duet. It was originally written as just a solo song. And then I was like, I think this will be a cool duet. Started thinking through who I'd want to feature on it. And as we got kind of farther along in that conversation, my manager was like, what about Kelly? Like, he's a worship pastor. He sings all the time. He has the most beautiful voice.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And he was like, that, why would you not use Kelly? His voice would be beautiful in this. And I was like, I don't know why I didn't even make that connection. So then I asked Kelly and he freaked out, and it was really cool.
I did.
So yeah, technically it's Pete's idea, which is cool.
Big up, Pete.
Yeah.
I do love the song, and because I heard it came up on my Spotify, and I didn't actually realize you guys were doing a single together. And I was like, oh, who's this voice? And then I think there's like a video on the song, and I was like, oh my God, you guys are doing it together. It's really cute.
Yes. I think I didn't think of them at first just because it is a breakup song. And I was like, what better way to celebrate 1 year of marriage than with a breakup song? But
Totally. Well, and I feel like we probably imagined our first song together being this super planned.
yeah, lovey-dovey.
We wrote it together, like, and it was just like, no.
Nope, we're over.
Like, just kidding.
Happy anniversary. The song is called Love You Back, but why has it taken this long then for you guys to be like, let's do this now?
I mean,
I don't want to start a domestic, sorry.
Yeah. I'm like, are we gonna fight? I don't know.
yeah.
Honestly, I think
Yeah,
I had an EP in mind, a project in mind that I wanted to release. None of the songs really called for a duet. It was more of like this, a lot of internal battle kind of stories and stuff. Not a lot of them really had a place for a partner on that. And so really that's been, since we've been married, that's all it's been released. So I think this is my first song that really called, this is my first duet I've ever released actually. So when it came to that, it just made sense for him. But now we're excited. We're like, oh, we opened up some tunnel we cannot close. Like this is gonna, just music's gonna be coming out like crazy, I think. Between the two of us. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
I think I might change my name to Kelly Kearns.
That's see, this rolls off the tongue.
I'm not doing that, but it would be cool in another life.
It would be. Do you know what? Yeah, that does. Yeah,
It does sound good.
the initials would be great.
Yeah.
Right, Kelly, man to man, the proposal. Take you back.
Oh yeah.
Let's, because obviously it's nerve-wracking. It's not ideal. I hated doing it. I hated it because it's the lead up, right?
Yeah.
It's just too much. But how did you find it, and how did you kind of, what was the process for you?
Totally. I mean, I was like, I love to just dream or whatever, and I was like thinking of all these things, and I'm like, dude, I live on a freaking boat. You know, like that's no one proposes on their own, boat. Yeah. And so like definitely doing that. And I mean, I'm not a big like planner guy. It stresses me out like bad. So you probably understand. So I was having to do all that, and invited the whole family, had all their flights and drives lined up, and all that stuff, no going back. And
and that's the only reason he went through with it.
Yeah. the traveling.
Yeah. But yeah, we ended up I wanted like everybody that loved her to be there, and so but they can't all fit on the boat. I wish we had one a little bigger for that to happen, but maybe one day. So we had this like certain spot planned out where everybody could get on the bank, and they couldn't fit on the boat. And so I don't know, there's probably over 100 people on the side of the bank there. And yeah, the funniest part of the whole thing, besides me almost falling in, remember?
Like dropping down to one knee, wave hits. Like.
Dude, it was insane.
Oh my God.
My fingers were like so tight on there. But it was her family. I like snuck them here, obviously, and I had them come like 15 minutes before Halle got there, and we put them in our bedroom and locked the door. And it was super hot. It was dead summer, right?
It was August, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like mad hot, and they were stuck in our bedroom. And once you unplug from the shore power and turn the boat on,
there's no AC.
The AC doesn't work. Yeah. And so like
So they're
all
just cooking in
yeah,
there.
all 14 of her sisters. And I'm just kidding. She has
I have
three,
three.
but it feels like a lot.
I know
Her
you
mom and
feel.
dad, yeah,
My divorced mom and dad, mind you, are
yeah,
stuck.
we're in there
Wow.
like just a little bitty dark veteran sweating. And then yeah, they finally
Best
got
friend
out.
from
So
home too.
yeah, her best friend from back home as well. So
And he did such a good job. One, because he did plan all that. He like sent invites out to everyone and everything. And that alone showed me, I was like, this man loves me because he does not plan anything. I mean, anything. But so that was really sweet. And then also just I didn't plan the evening, but I sort of planned the evening. Like it was my idea to take the boat out that night. And we had already taken it out earlier that weekend, so it just didn't feel that.
oh yeah, she planned it.
Yeah. He got me somehow to like plan it. He was like, what should we do? What like we need to take the boat out before it gets too cold out again. And I was like, let's do like an Italian wine night. We can have our friends and like we'll dress up and we'll have wine on the top of the boat. And like so I just invited some friends over. They're all on the boat. We're sipping wine. And I think looking back, I'm like, there's no way I didn't know to some degree. I think I just didn't want to get my hopes up and then it didn't happen. So I just kept shoving it into the back of my mind. But I don't know. It's just like it all made so much sense after it all happened. I was like, yes, okay.
So cute. I feel like that
It was
you
so
kind of did a similar thing, didn't you? Because we had my mum and dad, my sisters there, and their boyfriend.
Aw.
That was quite sweet.
Yeah, like your dad was like hiding behind a rock. It was on the beach and it was kind of like, I don't know. And then you nearly slipped up
Yeah,
as
I
you were like
tripped up.
walking towards me. And
Yeah, I did.
I had my friend who was like gonna play Taylor Swift Love Story, who was also hiding behind a rock. But she was but the thing is like Charles like walked past the guitar case and
I
didn't
see
and
it.
I don't get how you didn't see
You
it.
did. I had like tunnel vision.
Yeah. But
Oh,
That's so
um
funny.
well, there you
Yeah,
go.
but then afterwards I was like, oh, there were so many signs that was gonna
right,
happen. I just did not click.
right.
Maybe I just was pushing it to the back of my mind.
Wow.
It's
There you
so
go.
sweet though. A beach proposal's
Dude, how
cute.
big were these rocks? Because
Yeah.
they sound like boulders, but you're
They
calling
were
them rocks.
big.
So to be fair, they are quite big.
They're like the big things that like go down to the like on the beach, like to the
Yeah.
shore.
Are they like man-made? I don't even know what they are.
Man-made rock.
Well, like they're like little dividers
Can
in
man
the
make
sea.
rock?
I think that's concrete.
Can man make a rock?
Like they're man-made little dividers.
Like dividers. Yeah. Yeah, they're dividers.
But not a man-made rock.
No. Right. Go on.
I'm following you, girl.
So that was the proposal.
As you're digging a hole.
Yeah, I always. So that was the proposal. What was the actual wedding like? Talk us through that. We need tips.
Perfect. I mean, it's so cliche, like best day of our lives, but it just was. It was so sweet. It was in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and it was on a marsh. We got to use our friend's
Do you
neighborhood
think they know what a
clubhouse.
marsh is? Do y'all have marshes?
Yeah.
A swamp?
Not as
But nicer.
not as common here in the UK, but
Okay.
we just
If
have
I
trees.
walked up on a swamp or a marsh in the UK, I don't know what I'd do.
I feel like that I don't know, maybe I don't know enough. But we were in a marsh regardless. It was beautiful and just like very Nicholas Sparks, the Notebook vibes. Like
Oh,
everything
cute.
was sandy and pretty and green, and it was November. So weather was absolutely perfect. It actually got freezing cold the next day. It was like 40 degrees and rainy.
Crazy.
And the day before was like mid 60s and
Perfect.
sunny and gorgeous. So it was amazing. It couldn't have been better. And yeah,
We drove away in a Corvette.
we did drive away in a
Nice.
white and red Corvette,
Oh, I love
70s.
that.
Kelly's ask, and it was just sweet all around. But it was a smaller wedding, as intimate as we could make it with our massive families and Kelly's 10 million friends and mine too. But
Yeah.
it was just really, really wholesome and very DIY, but the scenery was so stunning on its own that we didn't need a lot,
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
yeah, just felt very like homegrown and very us. It was great.
Yeah.
Totally.
How was the planning for it? Because obviously for us, we've taken, how long have we been planning this?
Like a year and a half.
A year and a
Something.
half. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. But for you, like, how did you kind of mold your two ideas, or whatever ideas you had together, so you both had what you wanted on the day?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a blessing and a curse. And I say a curse because we're pretty much the same person and we love the same things.
Yeah.
That means our weaknesses are the same as well. So there's
Yeah,
not a
I
lot
was
of balance.
roasting him for planning, and I literally suck at it too.
She's a little better than me, but no, we honestly, my dream wedding was the one we had, and I
Yeah.
think it was hers as well.
Yeah.
So, the only thing that I would have been cool with is if it was raining, because I've always thought it'd
Yeah.
be cool to get married
And I
in
would
the
have been
rain.
too. That would have been.
Yeah, she was pretty she would have been stoked on it as well.
Yeah. Our guests would have been like, no, but
Yeah,
like think of how romantic it is.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, as far as the planning goes, obviously, like most of it goes on the bride, traditionally.
Yeah.
But yeah, my best friends are from Hilton Head, and their parents still live there. So they helped out tremendously
Nice.
with the property and the car and all the things, the rentals.
Your
and stuff
mom,
like that.
your poor mom,
Yeah.
did so much. I mean, she
Mhm.
just, there were just things that I would have never thought about, details and stuff that I was like, oh, whatever, it's fine, it'll be great. Like we were both very like that for the most part. I mean, I think we've gotten like one or two little heated moments of like, because we planned the whole thing in like 2.5 months. Because again, we got engaged in
Same.
August, married in November. So it was a very short engagement period. And there were a lot of details and stuff. I'm like, I just don't care. I just want to get married. I don't even care. But looking back, if someone hadn't have cared about those details, the day would have looked a lot different. So I'm so grateful for people like his mom and my mom and Miss German and people who stepped up and just like took over the details that I was like, whatever. And like
Yeah.
you were a lot more hands-on with the planning though than I've seen other men be.
It was like the music and
Yeah, all the creative like elements and stuff he had a lot of opinions on, which was great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty easy overall because I think we made it hard on everyone.
Yeah.
You're
No,
not pulling the
we-
favors though. You've got to get help from people, otherwise it's too much
Yeah.
to do like
Yes,
on
that's
yourself,
true.
isn't it?
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
feel like it's been easier to plan because of how much time you've had? Are you guys like kind of taking it month by month? Like, okay, this month we need to have this done. Are you like spreading it out well, or has it been kind of just chilling and engaged and then like last minute planning everything?
We were weird. I feel like straight away we planned quite a lot. And then we had a long period where we didn't do anything because we were like, oh, we're so organized.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to do anything. And now we started thinking, okay, we need to start.
Now we're panicking.
Yeah, now we're kind of like, okay, now there's more to do. But we still have more time than you had, so we can't really complain.
I think
Yeah.
we were like looking at venues quite soon.
Yeah, I think we looked at our first venue like a few weeks or a week after we got
Yeah.
engaged. Like we did do that quite quick.
It was kind of like, let's go look some venues. The next thing you know, it's like the venue that we want only has like one date left in May
Yeah.
2025, and we're like, okay, you want the money now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah.
next week. Okay,
Yeah.
right. So here we are. We've just spent some money, and okay,
Yeah.
now there's a date. So
Yeah, it kind of just a bit snowballed, didn't it? But I feel like it's been, we've had lots of time, so have been able to pick things up and then relax a bit.
yeah,
And when we've been busier, it's not been like too much of a stress. So we've been quite lucky, really.
yeah. But 2.5 months though, was that stressful?
I mean, yeah, like
I feel
yeah,
like you guys
but
are so laid back, though.
yeah, all things considered, it wasn't too bad
No.
from what I remember.
And I honestly think, knowing him and I, if he would have given us a year and 2 months, we would have waited 1
Definitely.
year. And then when the 2 month mark hit, we would have freaked out and
Yeah.
scrambled.
Yeah.
So like, I think it kind of would have played out the same way regardless. So it's kind of nice just to get that part over with and get married.
Mhm. Totally.
Do you have any advice for the big day? Any top tips?
What you got?
I mean, this is like our strong suit, but like I would just say get everything done that you need to get done, and then once you get on site, whether it's the day before or the day of, you just need to like let it be what it's gonna be. If the cake falls, it doesn't matter,
Pictures will
just
be great
like
from it. Yeah.
enjoy it. Stuff that goes wrong, just be prepared to laugh at it and
Yeah.
just like really stare into the eyes of the moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
that
It's
is
poetic,
cute.
babe. I think, yeah, just taking some time to like remember why you're doing it. I think it's so easy to get lost in the details, even with how short of a time we had to plan it. It's still the details become very consuming at a certain point, and just stripping it back to like, I remember my best friend on her wedding day, it was pouring rain all day long, just like to the point where like you couldn't even walk in the grass because there were just puddles everywhere. It was just sopping wet. And she was just like, I don't know if it's gonna clear up in time, whatever. And we were like, hey, rain or shine, there's 100% chance of marriage. Like we're getting married today. It's gonna go
Oh, that's really cute.
we're getting married. And so like I think keeping your focus on that, like it's I really didn't want to look back on the day. I'm sure you guys have been to a million weddings as well, but like feeling like it became about the event and about the celebration more than it was about like joining together as one. And I think we both did a really good job, like not leaving each other's side. That's always a big tip we got to, like, don't leave each other. If you're saying hi to your guests and stuff, like stick together. And yeah, just remember that's about the two of you, and it's awesome everyone gets together and celebrate, but it's about you two coming together. That's so fun. It's the best thing ever. People undersell marriage so much. Like marriage is such a gift.
Oh, I love that.
There we
So
go.
cute.
Yeah.
It's so
There we
true.
go.
It's so
So
true,
true.
though. That's like the best advice, I think.
Yeah. One thing I think we spoke about actually when you were over is kind of like the difference between a UK and a US wedding. Because I think when we were saying to you, like, yeah, we've got like 60 people coming in a day, and then we've got like another 50 coming in the evening for like a, I don't know what
For like the evening ceremony.
reception /
Yeah.
party or whatever. But like, how was your day kind of set up? Because I think I said to you as well, we were also looking at just flying to Florida and just getting married there. But we were like, oh, it's kind of different the way it's kind of set up, how it is in the States. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite interesting, really, in that sense. But how was your day kind of set up? I know, obviously, with the proposal and you organised going out on the boat. But yeah, how was the wedding day set up? Like, when the guests arrive,
Yeah,
so
because
on
was
and
it
so
like
on,
an
so
evening
forth.
thing, or do you do still like a whole day?
Yeah.
Well, we did do a destination wedding, so a lot of our guests got in the day before, even a couple days before, and made a little trip out of it. We got married on a Friday. Is that correct? Yeah,
Right.
on a Friday, because Kelly being in ministry, a lot of his friends work Sundays. It's their biggest day of the week. So we tried to push it up early in case they needed to get home. We did a little welcome party on Thursday night, super chill. It was just at a brewery, and like whoever was in town, if they wanted to come hang out, they could. And then we did a rehearsal dinner with his family and my family
On the beach.
on the beach.
It
Oh,
was cool.
we're doing it wrong, Charles. We're doing it wrong.
Too late now.
And then on Friday morning, we ended up pushing our ceremony up because me and him didn't, again, think through the fact that the sun would be going down a lot earlier on the East Coast. So we ended up moving our wedding time altogether. Yeah, for all the guests, like I think a couple days beforehand. So I think our wedding was at 3. I just chilled with my girls all morning and got ready slowly. I did my own hair and makeup and got dressed, my sisters and his sisters and my friends, and then walked down the aisle. We did a ceremony at 3. It lasted about 20-30 minutes, and then right straight into a reception. We did photos, and everyone just kind of did a little cocktail hour and then dances. And
Your sister DJ?
my sister did DJ. She crushed too.
Yeah, she did.
She crushed. And party went to like 10.
Somewhere in there.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
dumb. You got
Well, yeah, my favorite food in the world is a beignet. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
What is that?
Oh my gosh.
It's like a Louisiana, like Cajun thing. It's
Oh,
like a little, it's basically like a square donut. Yeah, it's like with powdered sugar on.
They're
Oh.
so
Oh, okay.
good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, in another life, that's all I'll eat.
I'm
But
with you on that.
yeah, we had a beignet truck there. I really could have cared less about the cake. I just wanted beignets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we catered a local Mexican restaurant that my friend's family, they know the owner and love. So they've never done a wedding, actually.
Yeah. They just pulled it all together for us.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, I guess we can figure it out. How many
Yeah.
people are your feeding? We're like, sure. So
Totally.
it was truly just like, we want to do this. And then we just would do it.
Hmm.
Like his one like ball out request was the beignet food truck. We found that there was one and just spent the money on it. We're like, cool, if that's one of the only like random expenses, then that was awesome. It
Yeah.
was so fun.
Yeah.
Such a good day.
Yeah. And one detail is like we didn't have bridesmaids or
Mhm.
groomsmen. Just because like we literally have I've lived in like 5 different cities and I have friends from all over and I love them all just the same. And Halle has like tons of friends and we just like, you know what, let's just like be up there by ourselves.
Mm.
But all of our best friends did end up coming to like the guest house that she was at that morning to get ready, and then they all came to where I was at, and all took pictures and stuff, just like a bridal party would.
Yeah.
But no one had to dress any kind of certain way or
Yeah.
anything. So, and they weren't standing up, so we didn't really have like a rehearsal or anything.
Yeah.
So that was what my morning looked like.
Yeah. What's the difference in like a UK
It sounds very
wedding?
similar, to be
It
fair.
does sound similar, but there's no rehearsal for us.
Oh yeah, we don't actually do
Mm.
rehearsals.
Yeah,
So
that's
Wing it?
absolutely.
yeah, I'm like, what? I just have
Halle,
to
that's
wing
how I
it.
go through life. You've
Yeah.
heard me do my radio show. I wing it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, we did recently go to a wedding where a few things kind of went wrong with the ceremony, but like it's made me feel really relaxed about it because it was just really funny and everyone just like
Yeah.
laughed and the bride and groom laughed and it just kind of made the day just like more natural and normal. So
Unique.
yeah, exactly. So I was like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if things go
Yeah.
wrong. That's not like
Totally.
Yeah.
It's all things will. I think that's the big thing.
exactly. You
It
kind of have
always
to
will. It's just how
expect
you
it.
respond.
Yeah,
Yep.
I so agree.
Just got to smile and wave
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
get through it.
Smile away, boys.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. So as we come to the end, obviously it's been a busy year for both of you, just with everything going on and with the single and everything. But what have you enjoyed most about being a married couple?
Mhm. Go ahead. You
I would say the best thing has been I don't have to go home at night
Yeah.
to my own house, like,
Yeah.
you know, before we got married, when we were done hanging out, I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go back to the boat. And they're
I
like,
throw a
"Suck."
fit every single time.
Yeah, she hated it. Of course I did too, but yeah, I mean, just being able to stay when we're done.
Yeah.
So
Wake up together and like have coffee in the morning and just
Yeah,
living together is the
that's-
best thing ever.
Yeah, that's a huge change. So like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
totally.
just been great. And having someone you're just like permanently to talk to and be with, and even when
Yeah.
we're not physically together, we still like just
Mm.
I don't know, knowing you have like that other half of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Yeah, last year was like a pretty tough year. It was
Yeah.
just like some unforeseen things come our way, and it was
Yeah.
just so cool to have, a partner there that
mm,
is committed to you forever and, can walk with you through, whatever you're going through. And, you always have a strength in the room. And then if the other person is in a weak moment, then, you can make that decision to be the strength for them too. So I think that's what marriage is all about anyway. It's moments like that.
Yeah.
There we go.
so cute.
What an advert for marriage
Mm.
that is right
Yeah.
now. Absolutely.
Nice.
Before you
It
let me
also helps. It also helps having somebody else like untie the boat and stuff. When to take it out. So it's
Practical.
good to have
I'm
a
a
first
set of
name.
hands, is it?
which obviously, Halle, you know the ropes, right? By now, obviously.
Oh, I know the ropes.
Literally.
No pun intended. Yes.
Before we let you go, what are you binging on Netflix right now? Come on.
Dude,
Nothing.
No.
Are you not?
So lame.
No, I do want to check out the 2 shows that the Yellowstone guy wrote.
Oh,
I forgot.
okay.
There's like
18 something.
Well, no, that's the other one. He has 2 new ones out, the
Oh.
same guy. Yeah, so I forgot what they're about. One's like some kind of oil rig or something like that. Anyway,
I don't like those shows. I love those shows. I shouldn't say that. I don't like shows
Compromise.
that like that make me feel sad when I'm done watching them. I don't want to walk away feeling sad. I want to feel uplifted. And when all my favorite characters keep dying, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't
Literally,
do it.
every day when I get in from work, it's like, what murder program are you watching now?
Love a
Well, no,
murder program.
see, that's different to me.
Okay.
I love a murder documentary. Like with
Twisted.
That's so good.
Twisted.
but I know what I'm going into versus like
Yeah.
something you're getting attached. I'm not attached to these serial killers.
No.
I
Yeah.
just want to know what their mind does. But I get attached
just
to
wanna
these
be
characters.
prepared.
And yes.
We have some guilty pleasures that we've indulged in the
Yeah.
past. Have you heard of the Murdahl murders?
Oh, have you been? No, do you know about
No,
that?
I haven't seen that one.
Okay,
Charlotte, you would
check
love
it
that.
out.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I need to get that on my
Fun
list.
fact, the hometown that all that happened in was literally right across the river from our wedding venue.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it was in
No
South
way.
Carolina. Murdahl murders. We love Farmer Wants a Wife.
So good.
We
So
it's
good.
just good because it's like, come on, guys, it's cheesy.
Yeah, it's so cheesy, but in the best way.
We love Love on the Spectrum. We
Yeah,
felt
yeah.
head over heels in love with that one. And
Queer Eye.
yeah,
So
God,
good.
love Queer Eye.
Did you
So
watch Love is Blind UK in the end? Have you got it yet over in the States? I don't
Did we
know.
watch?
Yes.
Yeah. We watched.
Yes.
Was obsessed with Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if we
think you
watched
were the one to
UK
tell us to watch the UK one. We watched it, I think, like a year ago.
Yeah, it was out a while ago. It wasn't long after you were here. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what happened, but I just remember talking about Love is Blind. But
Yeah.
I love that show. It's so good.
It's
Yes,
so
we were
good.
tracking on the reality ones for sure for us. So good.
So
Oh.
funny.
right. It's been so good to chat to you both. Thank you very much for being here, talking about the single and talking about the big day that was a year ago. Time flies, and for the advice as well, because to be fair, we haven't had much advice yet, so it's probably a good place to start.
Totally.
I think y'all are gonna be amazing. Y'all are so great together.
Thank you.
I learned this valuable quote in Jamaica that they say is no problems, just situations.
You have to say with the accent though.
Yeah.
Just situations.
So that's what I go by. No problems.
I love
Yeah.
it. Halle and Kelly, thank you so much for being here with us.
Of course.
Thank
We
you for
love you guys
having
so
us.
much.
Yeah.
Miss y'all.